Ready, Amy?
Yep.
All right, call the meeting to order. You can take the roll call.
Mayor Bogenreich,
Here.
Ms. Burhoop,
Here.
Ms. Hoffman,
Here.
Ms. Strain,
Here.
and Mr. Tucker is absent.
All right, let's say the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag
Of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, look for motion for approval of the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. And then approval of the December 15th City Commission meeting. Look for
So moved.
motion is made.
Second.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. And the December 22nd special meeting. Need a motion for that, minutes.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, Commissioner, Department Head, and Community Board reports.
I wanted to start out by bringing Avery up. Avery's our intern. I just have her introduce herself to you and tell her what she's working on.
Okay, so my name's Avery. I'm currently getting my Master's of Public Administration at USD on my last semester in that. So I will just be helping out with the planning and comprehensive plan and zoning ordinances and just kind of getting a better understanding of how city government works. My plan for the future is to be a city manager, so hopefully this gives me a lot of experience.
Welcome.
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 Yeah, I have had a couple phone calls today about a letter that went out to the residents about home services. It was an insurance policy that's offered. It's not really through the city, but it does pay out and it has done well for customers that are in the city. So I just want to make sure everybody knows that's not offered by the city. That was through a third party. I can't think of the name of it right now. But there is insurance available to homeowners for the water and sewer lines to your house. I can't remember the name of it right now. But anyways, they mailed letters out to all the residents this week. I just want to get that out there to everybody.
It's a good point. That covers if your water line would break between the main and your house. You're responsible, the homeowners are responsible for that. And it can get expensive, especially if you have to dig up part of the street or part of your driveway or something. So that's really good insurance to have. But you can also check with your homeowner's policy, as they sometimes cover it too if you get the appropriate writer. So thank you, Rusty. That's a really good point that people need to be aware of.
I talked to the Union County auditor, Union County equalization lady, and she would like to do some training for the commission. She could either do it at a regular commission meeting. She'd come, she said it'd be about a half hour of training and then questions, or she would be willing to do a special meeting with the commission at any time. So I told her that we would talk about it and let her know what would work.
Would probably be something we would do at, say, 4 o'clock. Take a half hour. What was the topic again? Was it just property taxation, right? Valuations?
The county's valuations for property taxes.
Which I think is going to be a very important issue. It's going to be very important at the South Dakota legislature this year. And I think it'll be important for the commission to understand how that, I'm sure everybody understands it to a degree, but to hear her would be a good exercise.
Yeah, and I think there's already been some changes made from, didn't she say there's been changes made that she wanted to go over?
Yeah, and just the whole process and their guidelines, their rules that they have to be within, and the reason that they make adjustments. And what your job is. It's kind of always been confusing in the past. Is your word and your decision, does that stay, or then does it go to the county? Do they get a chance to change it or whatever? So she's just going to give clarification on all that.
All right.
Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, I think it'd be helpful.
And I think a special meeting might be the way to go, given the length of our meetings anyway.
Okay,
So
yeah, let's pursue.
I think
special.
Mondays are busy for her because that's when other boards and stuff meet, and I think a lot of them are doing their regular meetings. So is there a day of the week that, this will be sometime between now and the end of February that she'd want to do it? So is there a special day of the week that works more for everybody?
Not really.
I'm good.
Okay.
Maybe let's try to shoot for a Tuesday at 4 o'clock.
Okay.
All right. Lynn, did you want to do your senior?
I would like
report?
to give the year-end report for the senior center. We've had 1 quarter now of meal service for senior citizens. And on this last quarter, we served 906 meals to the diners. And they're very thankful that we have that. We have kind of a steady crew. I would like to see that we might increase the number of people who come. And in this next quarter, we are going to start reaching out for people who would need home delivery. It still would have the $7 fee. It's, excuse me, really is, it's a very nice menu. We have an entree, a fruit, a vegetable, salad, dessert every day, and our beverage that is included in the $7 fee. And we are working with the American Legion to hopefully be able to have more rentals, more use of the building, and then we're also looking at other nonprofits over and above the people that use it now, that they might also make use of that building so that it truly can be a community center for all of the residents and people of the community. Oh, one other thing I would like to thank North Sioux City Times. We put our ad in the paper for 2 weeks at a time, and that's how we pay for that ad. But they are also, on the other weeks, putting the ad in at no charge to the city. So that's a big savings for us, but it also puts that ad every week into the hands of people who take the North Sioux City Times. And that's it.
All right. Thanks, Lynn.
Chris, could I just add a couple things real quick before we move into the agenda? I just want to give you guys an update on the land acquisition for the McCook Lake flood properties. We've closed all of them except for 3. We've got 3 left to close, and 2 of them we're waiting for satisfaction documents from their mortgages to allow us to close. And the one we're waiting for some information as an affidavit to clear up a title issue. So I'm hoping within the next 10 days we should have hopefully all of them closed. Also, I'd let you know that in that acquisition, we acquired a few of the garages at the west end as part of that, and at least one party still has some stuff in there that they'd like to keep in there for a while. So I kind of told them that, you know, you could keep it in there for 6 months, whatever, that we'd just work out an agreement between us, which would be like we would rent it to them for $1, to allow them to keep it there until they can arrange for it to be moved. We're working with American Publishing right now to codify and publish all of our ordinances, update them with all the new ordinances since 2019. So we have some 100 some odd ordinances that we need to incorporate into our ordinance book. They'll be put online they'll publish it online, and then also we'll get some printed and digital copies. But that will consolidate everything that has changed within the city since 2019. Wanted to mention mitigation efforts with the Corps are continuing. We have a meeting next week with them. Right now, we're kind of in the hydrology phase where we're developing hydro and hydraulic models. And they're putting together information in anticipation of the general investigation part of this effort, which is identifying the problem and identifying solutions phase. If Congress passes a budget, we should be able to get into that by the first part of May. And I'll provide reports on that as we go. Also, I've put together a McCook Lake Working Group. We're meeting tomorrow just to kind of talk about the future of McCook Lake. It's the city, it's the association, and the Isaac Walton League to kind of look at ways we can improve the lake and plan for its restoration over the next few years. And lastly, I just wanted to mention the CDBG DR money is still out there. The state has gotten their certification with HUD, and now they're working towards a grant agreement with them. I talked to some people at GOED today, late today, and they still need to get legislative approval to spend it. So we'll be watching that during the legislative session as well. So that's all I have.
Anyone else? All right. I'll move on to community input. If anybody has anything not on the agenda, please come forward. Hello, Ann.
I heard you missed me last week.
We did.
We did.
My husband was at the doctor's late, so by the time we got home, it was too late to come, so. First, I have a question. Someone asked me to ask for them if there were any changes to the mitigation, the flood mitigation that they've been working on. She just wanted to know, because with spring coming, she's getting really nervous about flooding. So has there been some progress made, or?
Well,
That's one of the things I just mentioned with the
Okay.
Corps of Engineers, and we're talking about that with them. I think that's probably our best hope for a solution. But we still have our local ideas on the back burner until we can have these meetings with the Corps.
Okay. And then how are we coming with Northshore Drive? I mean, is it
That's an
still
item on the agenda today.
Okay.
We'll be bidding that out and starting this spring.
Okay. And I finally got my garage done, so I'm happy about that.
Good.
And thank you guys for everything that you're doing for us, because you guys have been doing an awesome job, and we really appreciate it. So,
thank you.
thank you.
Anyone else? All right, move on to number 1, proclamation in support of Human Trafficking Prevention Month. Hello.
Hi, I'm Anna Michelson. I teach at Dakota Valley High School, and I'm also president of the Siouxland Coalition Against Human Trafficking. We're a nonprofit volunteer organization that goes around to area schools and businesses and governments to try to raise awareness of the growing problem in our area and across the nation. January is National Human Trafficking Prevention Month, and so we're asking local governments, and since I'm in South Dakota, I volunteered to go to all the South Dakota area governments to recognize this as Human Trafficking Awareness Prevention Month. So with your permission, may I read the proclamation, and then you guys can decide if you want to read it into the minutes, okay? It says, whereas the United States was founded upon the principle that all people are created with the inalienable right to freedom, and added the 13th Amendment to the Constitution, making slavery illegal. Whereas slavery within the United States today is more often found in the form of forced labor and sex trafficking, which weakens our social fabric, increases violence and organized crime, and debases our humanity. Whereas this problem is found even within our own community, whereas every business, community organization, faith community, family, and individual can make a difference by choosing products that are not made by forced labor, by working to protect our young people from sexual exploitation, by addressing the problems of internet sex trafficking and pornography, and by becoming more aware of the problem and possible solutions. Therefore, you all acknowledge January as National Human Trafficking Prevention Month and encourage our citizens to become more familiar with the problem and to work towards solutions. I'll leave it to you if you want to read that into your minutes.
Okay. Do we just do a motion?
I think you do a
to-
motion to accept and approve the proclamation as read and presented to the commission.
Okay. This is our first proclamation, so bear with
Okay.
So is there a
So
motion to move that into?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. And thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Next item, flood recovery update, North Shore reconstruction bid authorization.
Yeah, you know, we're to the point now, the environmental has been completed by South Dakota DOT. The right-of-ways have been secured, and we're ready to take this to bid. And so Ross is here from Stockwell. Just correct me if I'm, when you come on up. Just to give you an idea of the timeline, we hope to bid this out on February 4th. We'll be advertising over the next couple weeks. They'll be going through their distribution process to contractors, plan houses and whatnot. So we will open the bid on February 4th at 2 o'clock here.
Correct.
Stockwell will then take that, go over it, and then we will bring you a recommendation for award to either the, does that come after the, probably be the second meeting in February, where we can award and start getting this project underway.
Hopefully we'll get as many bidders as we did for Penrose.
Yes, hopefully.
So we need to take action on authorization. Any
Yeah,
questions?
just a motion to authorize the bid per the advertisement.
So moved.
Second.
Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. All right, you are
So
authorized.
just so you're all aware, we will be then sending out our advertisement to bidders next week. It'll advertise in the paper next Thursday for the first advertisement. And we'll have a set of plans here at City Hall for anybody in the public to come and take a look at it if they're interested.
Ross, do you put that out to, say, the Sioux City Construction League and some of the other
Yes. Yep.
company, or
Yeah, it'll
Hitting
get distributed to all
formats.
those. Yep. All right. If you have any more questions, feel free to reach out to us.
Do you recall how many bidders we had on Penrose? It's like 8,
7 or no?
7 or 8?
I can't remember for sure.
Was that like
Seven or eight, for sure.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. North Shore bypass update, resolution 2026-01, a resolution of necessity for acquisition of real property for North Shore Drive realignment project. And this was tabled from the December 22nd meeting because I wasn't there.
And it was tabled from the meeting before that too, because we just wanted some more time with the resolution. So this is a third swing at it. Sarah, could you just kind of walk them through it?
Sure. So as you know, we do need to acquire certain property interests in order to complete the North Shore Drive realignment project. We have been in discussions with the various property owners to acquire right-of-way, temporary and permanent construction types of easements and storm sewer easements. And so we have been able to secure agreements with most of those property owners, but we do have 4 parcels with 9 different property interests that we do need to acquire that we have not been able to reach terms with the owner of those properties. So we are recommending that the city set this up for acquisition through condemnation, which is the legal action which we would be asking the court to set the compensation amount if we can't otherwise reach an agreement with those property owners. They are represented by counsel and are pursuing their own appraisal, and we can still reach an agreement with them while this is proceeding through the court process for condemnation. But we do need to get this started and in line for timing if we're going to bid this out here this year. So this resolution would authorize the filing of that condemnation action and the payments and other actions that are needed for that legal process to start. So to approve this, we would need a motion to approve resolution number 2026-01 as presented. And we will need an affirmative vote by 4 of the commissioners for the legal requirements for condemnation.
Okay. Is there a motion?
So moved.
I'll second.
Any other discussion? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carries. Next item, election. Set an election date.
Okay, South Dakota codified law as of January 1st is requiring us to have our election on either the first Tuesday following the first Monday in June or the first Tuesday following the first Monday in November. I'm recommending, or I'm hoping that can be in June, closer to what our April election usually is, and that it can be combined with the county's primary election. The agreement for that is also attached here, was in your packet. By agreeing to combine with the county, they would pay the expenses after the election's done. They would divide it up amongst all the different entities that did combine with them. Could be the school district or Elk Point, who knows, the Dunes. We would give out nominating petitions here. If they wish to pull them here, they could also pull them from the county. But all of the petitions from anybody running will be returned to the county if we approve this agreement. And they will do the signature checks and validate the petitions. And secondly, the absentee voting would take place at the county instead of here. We would be responsible for canvassing our own votes. The tallies would go to the county, they would canvass, and then they'd seal them back up and give them to us, and we would have our canvassing meeting. So that part would still be the same.
Okay.
I think from our perspective, at the staff level, I think, I'm hoping a lot of the communities decide to go along with the county in partnership and then have it in June, because then we can kind of pool our resources to help pull that together. You know, as it sits right now, a lot of times we're both fighting for the same election workers to do it. This would allow us to kind of team up, and if Amy wanted to go work there, we could provide Amy as a tool for that. And then also, you know, the counting is all centralized and it's all done the same way every time. So I'm really hoping that we and the rest of the communities get on board with partnering with the county. And Amy and I have talked about reaching out to the county and seeing how we could help them in the process, because it just makes the process way better when you can pool resources to pull it off.
And I'm not 100% sure on this, but I think the county utilizes electronic voting, which means no counting of all the ballots manually.
That was a cumbersome process last time, the hand counting.
Dave, you did it. Yeah, so is there a motion to contract with the county for a joint election?
So moved.
I think that would be, we contract with the county and have the election in June, correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think it's a good idea. I'll make the motion.
Second.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next, administrative financial 2026 meeting schedule.
First meeting of the year, we have to go through and find which meeting dates fall on holidays or days that the city observes as holidays. So there's 4 that we need moved this year. It would be due to Martin Luther King from January 19th to the 20th, for President's Day from February 16th to the 17th, for Easter Monday, if the governor gives that to us again, from April 6th to April 7th, and for Labor Day from September 7th to September 8th.
Okay, is there a motion to set the meeting schedule?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next is consideration of pre-approved vendor payment list.
Also, the first meeting of the year, we have to approve our pre-approved vendor list. So these are time-sensitive payments, or they're automatic withdrawals or ACH payments from our account. So we just estimate amounts that it's going to be monthly, they get approved, and then we don't have to approve them at a meeting before they're paid.
I do have one question.
Yep.
The SRF loan repayment, what project is that for?
That is the Southwest Lift Station. We will probably have another one starting this year for Streeter Drive Water Treatment Plant.
Okay, is there a motion for the
So moved.
vendor payment list?
Second.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, next, approval of employee wages for 2026.
Okay, at our last meeting in December, you guys voted to adopt new pay scales that we came up with. So these are just where our employees fell on the wage scale, and where it's also a requirement that wages are published after the first meeting of the year. So everybody's name is in the paper and what they'll be making for the year. I do have one more request other than approving these wages. And we had talked about it with each commissioner about having Rusty Montango from salary to hourly, since he does put in a lot of overtime with snow removal and stuff like that. And then the second part to that request would be to pay him retro pay for the snowstorms that we had at the end of 2025 for the overtime that he worked.
And these will be published in the paper as part of our minutes, correct?
Yes. And I guess I can also point out on here, under finance, we do, Maria Gomez started working for us 2 months ago through a temp agency. And it's a existing position, so we didn't have to ask for your permission. She was working out well, so we put her on full-time, so she would have insurance benefits.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve the 2026 wages?
I motion to approve the 2026 wages.
Second.
Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carries. Next is appointments.
Sarah, could we do another motion for Rusty, just to get that on the record?
It would be good to have that on the record as well, if you want
Okay.
to do a separate one for that.
All right, look for a
Fine.
separate motion for Rusty.
I make the motion to approve Rusty's back pay
And the change from,
and the change
Salary
from
to
salary to hourly wages.
And second.
Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. Next is appointments.
Yeah, we have 4 or 5 positions that we appoint at the beginning of every year. The city administrator, city finance officer, police chief, the city engineer, and the city attorney. Kind of just went through the wages for the city administrator, city finance officers, police chief. The city engineer would be appointing Stockwell to continue on as the city engineer as part of their general contract with us already. And then the city attorney would be Sarah Kleber, who is enclosed as a letter of engagement. Yeah, a letter of engagement to outline that. And I don't think there are any changes in the hourly wage or anything, hourly cost.
I think the hourly rate went up by $5, which is about 2 or 3%.
I just want to note too, Stockwell's contract with us also has two amendments with it. One for them to provide planning and zoning services, and one to provide flood recovery services, which are coming to an end, but there are two amendments to that. The planning and zoning one will continue for the year, for at least part of the year.
Can we combine these into one motion?
Sure.
Great.
Appoint the slate of, or approve.
Officers for 2026.
So moved.
A second.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carries.
I would do a separate motion then to authorize the contract amendment for Stockwell and the engagement letter for Heidman.
Okay,
The amendments have already been signed, and it's just
Okay.
continues
just
on.
weren't in the packet.
But yours, yes, yours is a new one, yours is a year-to-year one.
Correct.
so we do need a motion for the attorney engagement letter.
Yes.
Okay.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Okay, next item, dumpster hours for 2026.
Yeah, we're request, right now, and Rusty, if you could come up. Right now, we provide dumpster hours on, I'll let Rusty.
So right now, we have dumpsters that are open to the public. You can pay a certain fee. It's on Thursdays and Saturdays from 7:30 to 1 currently. We're proposing to go first and third Saturdays, 7:30 to 1. But I wanted to bring it to you guys because sometimes that gets to be, the public like using it, so I didn't want to be the sole decider and maker on that. But the shop dumpster was dumped 15 times last year. And there was one at end of Penrose, we dumped 8 times. And we have 2 dumpster weekends. We have one the second weekend of April and then the second weekend of October. We're just looking to reduce some of the expenses with the dumpsters, so I'm open to whatever you decide. I just want to get those numbers out there to you.
Well, I would like to make a comment on that. Having lived here nearly 40 years, the first about 7 years that we lived here, they didn't have dumpster service on the weekends. And courtesy of the Boy Scouts and the people from the Isaac Walton League, we did the dumpster pickup on the roads, and it was horrendous. I would like to ask that we amend this and have it only on Saturdays, but have it each Saturday, because I would hate to see that people start throwing their trash off on the sides of the street. David Smith goes around, and he's picking up dumpster items all the time, and I would not like to see people start dumping more trash on the roads.
Rusty, do we currently open them on Sundays? Is it open?
No, there's no Sundays, except on the 2
Sundays.
dumpster weekends. No
No,
Sundays.
just Saturday.
But there's only 2 Saturdays now, correct?
There's 4
No,
Saturdays.
there's 4
Oh,
Every
yes,
Saturday now.
It's every Saturday
each
right now.
Saturday.
We want to go to every other Saturday, essentially.
But there's only like 5 people that drop off every week, probably.
Depends on the tickets. I did not count the tickets. I didn't have enough time today.
It's limited, though. I mean, we're not collecting enough to pay for the staff time that's running it.
And we would monitor it if we need to increase
Yeah.
times.
I mean, if people started throwing their stuff on the side of the road, wouldn't we just issue citations for that?
If we catch them.
If you catch them.
We'll catch them. There's all kinds of ring
We
cameras
picked up guns, we picked up needles, we picked up diapers, we picked up all kinds of things.
But a lot of that stuff would also go in a typical trash can though, too, right?
You would hope so.
Yeah.
This came about because we were running a deficit on our enterprise fund, which is water, sewer, and
Garbage.
and garbage was one of them where we identified this $9,000 that we could cut out and make it break even.
we can vote on what's been presented.
Sure.
And I think we should just try it for a couple months and see how it goes. And if we need to bring it back up, that's fine. But when there's only 5 people or a handful of people stopping every week, you know, that's a lot of manpower to monitor it.
And this would be, you're proposing the first and third, or what?
Yeah, for first and third Saturdays, and there's still our typical dumpster weekends
So
in the
we
spring
got-
and the fall, so whatever you decide, I'll staff it and make it happen.
So we need to make sure and educate the community
Correct.
to make sure they know it's the first and third.
Because I don't think a lot of people even know that we offer that every week.
I didn't even know we had a dumpster.
Oh, no, it's,
I use it all the time. And no more Thursdays.
no more Thursdays.
Okay.
All right. So is there a motion to go with the new proposed schedule to try it out?
Sure. I'll motion, since I use it all the time. I'll make the motion to approve the new schedule for the dump. And I'll second that.
Okay, any other discussion? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign?
Aye.
All right, motion carries. Next, approved legal newspaper designation. Just need a motion to do that,
So moved.
North Sioux City Times. Is there a second?
Second.
All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, and finally, approval of bills.
I'll motion to approve the bills. Second.
Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. All right, then we look for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. All right,